Welcome back to Warman for the fourth and final game of today's events. And what a day it has been on the inaugural day of the Saskatchewan Premier League Ball Hockey League. Made up of some of the best ball hockey players in and around the province, as this is the fourth and final game. Like I said, it features the Bucks versus the Ravens, the second time that these two teams will face off against one another. Tonight's starting goalies, Riley Langford Gasmo for the Bucks and Mitch Deason for the Ravens. As we have an early icing call, 21 seconds in from the Bucks, and the face-off will be back in that zone. Of course, the first game between these two teams was a 6-5 Bucks victory. We've had an overtime game tonight as well. So this is exactly what Commissioner and co-founder Justin D'Entremont had in mind when he had this idea for the Premier Ball Hockey League. Face-offs controlled by the Ravens as Damon Williams works it back to the point. There's a shot. Good stop made there by Langford Gasmo. Ball goes into the corner. It's now Terrell Drowdy is after it. Drowdy now had a big goal in the first game between these two teams. Drowdy tries a centering pass for Josh Anderson, but couldn't find him, as now here come the Ravens the other way. Damon Williams in after the ball. Tries to curl away from Lee Colby. As now Williams going to center it for Beaugervais, and a shot. Good stop made there by Langford Gasmo. The rebound. Williams couldn't get the rebound on the net as Drowdy now comes away with it the other way for the Bucks, as he's working on Evan Pasternak, who now has the ball. Here comes Evan Pasternak now. Pasternak will just retreat into his own zone. He'll go D to D as the Ravens try to get a transition game going. It's now Austin Tuchak with it. Connor Navrot now the other way for the Bucks, as Tuchak is able to catch that one, and offside is the call as Joey Velasquez couldn't quite hold the line, and it's an early offside call. The face-off will be in the neutral zone. Tuchak versus Navrot. Tuchak wins out back to Pasternak. He'll go D to D for Jarrett Penner. Penner sends that one in, and he's going to go after it. Noel now is back with it for the Bucks. It's now Josh Grimm with it. Grimm on the far boards. Sends it to Emmett Bear. Oh, how about that passing Connor Navrot in? Shot stopped there. And a great stop by Mitch Deason. It's now Joey Velasquez works that ball out. Jared Penner now gets it up for Tuchak. Here comes Austin Tuchak making a move on Patterson. Now Noel with it. Hammers that one around for Connor Navrot. Him and Velasquez bump with one another. Emmett Bear now with it. Back for Navrot. Connor Navrot tries to push that ball in deep and can't. Velasquez gets it out the other way for Tuchak. He lost the ball, and Grimm is able to work it back to James Pasternak. And now Pasternak, he'll just throw it back to Noel. And he'll go D to D to James Pasternak. He'll move it up for Josh Grimm. Grimm now with it. He'll just chip it off the boards and in, and the Bucks will go off on a change. Michael Anderson now with it behind the net. Chris Brown couldn't hold the line, so he has to go back for it, and he'll leave it for Mason Peterson now. Peterson up off the boards for Nick Hancox, ahead for Chris Lambiers. Lambiers now with it for Hancox. Hancox with a shot, good blocker stop made there by Deason. Just now Nick Hamilton comes the other way with it for the Ravens. He's got two line mates with him. Braden Arden is going to go hard to the net. Hamilton tries to get that one across to Skylar Knapp, but can't. As now Chris Brown will chip that one off the glass. Braden Arden, though, is able to keep control of it. As now Lamberis out for Rooks, back for Nick Hancox. Now Hancox throws that one across. Lambiris will go in and get it. It's now Arden with it. Braden Arden now tries to get that one up for Skylar Knapp. Mason Peterson will now give chase with Knapp hot on his trail. Chris Brown will retrieve the ball on the other end of the net. Josh Anderson will pick it up, and he'll reverse direction with Isaac LaBelle in chase. Tries to get that one up, but that one got picked off. As now there's a chance for the Ravens. I believe that was Beau Gervais that made a great move to the net, and Langford Gasmo makes not one but two great saves on Beau Gervais, and we will have a stoppage in play. So good pace in this one. Of course, the previous game between these two teams was a 6-5 Bucks victory. They got out to a 5-2 lead. Lee Colby now can't get that one out as Funk goes back. There's a shot by the other Pasternak. Evan Pasternak on the Ravens. So we have Evan and James Pasternak playing against one another as Keith Mitchell gets that ball in his own zone. He's being chased by Riley Struthers. Mitchell now will slow things down behind his net and looks for the outlet pass and gets it ahead to Josh Anderson. That ball got turned over at the red line, however, as Isaac LaBelle tries to drag that one through but can't. Beau Gervais now had that ball stolen. It's now Alex Rindeau with it. Rindeau for Anderson. Knocks that one down. Looking for Droughty. Back for Lee Colby now with a tease one up. And that one blocked. Colby throws that one off the boards. As there's a centering pass. Anderson with a chance. Fired on that one. But he fanned on it from the slot. It's now Josh Anderson with it. He'll regain the line. As Keith Mitchell does a great job to keep that ball in. There's a chance. And Deason makes a good stop on Josh Anderson down low. Josh Grimm now with it. Grimm. He'll just play it down low for Keith Mitchell. Mitchell tied up there by Marcus Funk. Now Lee Colby with it. The far red line. As the Bucks look to set up some sort of play on offense. Josh Grimm behind the net with it. He'll send that one out. As now Keith Mitchell has it back. Mitchell now wants to wind one up and does. That one doesn't get through. Good job by the stick of Marcus Funk to block that one. Mitchell gets the ball back. And he'll go down low for Emmett Bear. Back for Keith Mitchell now. Mitchell sends that one down across, and a chance in front for Connor Navrat. Couldn't find the ball, however. Emmett Bear tries to take a shot. I don't think he got all of it on it. Rebound scores. Connor Navrat gets the Bucks on the board first, and it's 1-0 on a loose ball in front. So Emmett Bear had the shot, and looked like he might have fanned on the original shot, and the ball kind of just trickled right to number 44, Connor Navrat. And he puts it home for the game's first goal. 13:29 left to go in the opening half, and it's a 1-0 Bucks lead. So now we'll see what the Ravens have in store as they try to get one back. Jeff Bissett now brings that one in, and offside is the call against the Ravens. So face-off in the neutral zone. As Chris Lambiris is able to come away with the ball the other way. Lambiris has a break, gives it to Troy Rooks now. Rooks with a shot, good stop made there. Lambiris tries to bang away at it, and they're going to mark that as a high stick. And the face-off's going to come all the way down. So the face-off will come all the way down to the Bucks zone after they say that Chris Lambiris knocked that ball down with a high stick. Face-off will be to the left of Riley Langford Gosmo. It's Tuchak trying to work his way to the net but can't. It's now James Pastrnak ahead for Terrell Drowdy. Here comes Terrell Drowdy now. Has a step on his man. Tries to work his way to the net, but can't. And the net was knocked off its moorings as Terrell Drowdy made a play. We'll have a face-off, and that face-off will be to the left of Mitch Deason. Pastrnak will have to head all the way down to get that ball. And he'll set up shop behind his own net. Pastrnak looking for an outlet. And now Drowdy with it. Terrell Drowdy, the former WHL player, gets it ahead for Josh Anderson. Anderson now with it with a shot, and a good stop made there by Deason. Good rebound control to make sure there was no rebound, and he'll hang on with 12:23 left to go in the first half. Shots on goal, 7-2 for the Bucks through the first 7 and a bit minutes. As Anderson out to take the draw for the Bucks. That one's won by Braden Arden. And Evan Pastrnak will throw that one off the boards now. And here comes Arden the other way with it. Tries to make a move on Chris Brown and can't. Anderson pokes that one away from Hamilton. And is this one going to be an icing call? No, it's not, because that one's right on net. Evan Pastrnak now with it. Up ahead for Joey Velasquez. Velasquez just throws that one in as Arden with it back for Velasquez. Velasquez a shot, and that one goes wide. Might have been deflected wide. Nick Hamilton trying to make a play on the loose ball. He gets tied up with Navrat. Check that. That might have been Suter that tied him up. It was indeed Navrat. It's now Anderson with it behind the net. Up ahead for Velasquez. Keith Mitchell stepped up on him. Ball goes down. Icing waved off. Mason Peterson now with it. Peterson, he'll go D to D for Keith Mitchell ahead for Navrat. Navrat for Emmett Bear. Emmett Bear now takes a bump, and that ball goes down the other way. Velasquez now with it. Joey Velasquez lost the handle, and Josh Grimm picks it up for the Bucks. Under 11 minutes to go in the opening half. Here comes Keith Mitchell now the other way. Keith Mitchell just pokes it forward for Josh Grimm. Grimm now with it. Back for Keith Mitchell. Down low. Bear back for Mitchell now with it. Mitchell, a shot. That one got blocked. Mitchell, though, is able to get that ball back. Mitchell now back for Josh Grimm. Couldn't control that pass, so that one goes all the way down, and it's a foot race. Skylar Knapp gives chase. Lee Colby is able to throw that one around the net. It's now Josh Grimm for Lee Colby now. Colby for Keith Mitchell. Back for Colby. Skylar Knapp still on the forecheck for the Ravens. Just over 10 minutes and counting to go. Shots on goal, 7-2 in favor of the Bucks, and they have a 1-0 lead so far in the final game of the Premier League inaugural day. As now, here comes Beaugervais, tries to give it back, but can't. As Isaac LaBelle now has it for the Ravens. LaBelle sends that one down. As now, Mitchell is going to send that one down, and that's going to be an icing call against the Bucks, so the Ravens will get the opportunity of an offensive zone faceoff with 9.5 minutes to go in the opening half. So, face off to the left of Langford Gosmo. Tuchak out to take the draw for the Ravens. Won by Chris Lambiris. James Pastrnak now behind the net for the Bucks. It's now Mark Noel moves it up for Lambiris, who moves it up for Nick Hancox. Hancox is with it now. and he'll just fire that one down low for Troy Rooks. Centering pass, looking for Lambiris, but the Ravens defender got a stick in the way of that. As now, Mark Noel will just shovel that one down. Tuchak tries to poke that one away from Pasternak, but can't. As now, here comes Troy Rooks with it. Rooks a shot right on, and Deason makes the save and hangs on with, again, not another rebound to be had. So, of course, this is the inaugural game, or games, I should say, the inaugural day of the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League, which wouldn't be capable without the help of MR Promo, specializing in custom apparel and corporate promotional products. Our business is promoting yours. Terrell Drowdy now with it. Drowdy being worked on by Pasternak, so he'll just dish it off for Anderson. For Rindeau scores! What a pass from Josh Anderson, and what a finish! And it's 2-0 Bucks with 8:27 left to go in the opening half. So Alex Rindeau on a sweet feed from Josh Anderson. Terrell Drowdy was in on that play as well. This is no doubt the top line for the Bucks, and a backhander from Rindeau. And he's able to beat Mitch Deason, and it's a 2-0 Bucks lead. Jeff Bassett working on Mark Noel now. Noel behind the net, gets tied up by Bassett. It's now Drowdy with it the other way. They'll move it up. Rindeau, as the Bucks come on the offensive attack again. Evan Pasternak with it. Ahead now for Jeff Bassett. Bassett now with it. Him and Chris Brown will meet. Bassett now, still with the ball. Waiting, centering pass for Tuchak, but that one got broken up by James Pasternak. Now Evan Pasternak. With it, Evan Pasternak now. He's going to bring it up for the Ravens, down 2-0. And he'll fire that one in. Damon Williams knocks that ball down. Williams looking for Tuchak in front, but he got tied up. Braden Arden now with a shot. And that one gets fired wide. Tuchak a whack at it. Couldn't get that one through to the goal. Chris Brown now with it. Brown tries to fire that one across. Navrat pokes that one forward as Marcus Funk is now back with it for the Ravens. Here comes Keith Mitchell for Navrat. Got the Bucks on the board first with a shot, and a good stop made there by Mitch Deason. And the faceoff will be to the right of Mitch Deason with 6:53 left to go in the opening half. Now there's a shot right on that one. Got blocked. Navrat will go and get it, however. Or Navrat now wanted to get it to Keith Mitchell. Couldn't handle that one. And that one will go all the way down. Icing, of course, waved off. So Mitchell will head back behind his own net. As now Mitchell up ahead for Connor Navrat. Navrat now into the zone. Runs into his own player and Emmett Bear. And Bear was offside, so they'll do the face-off in the neutral zone. Just 2 shots on goal so far for the Ravens. As that face-off is won by Braden Arden. Damon Williams now tries to move that ball forward and can't. Bear and Arden meet. Arden wins that puck battle, and Nick Hamilton now comes away with it. Tries to make a move past Colby, but can't. As now here comes Josh Grimm. Grimm with it for Lee Colby. Back for Grimm. Josh Grimm now with it. Is going to walk in. There's a shot stopped by Deason, and he'll hang on once again. And again, no rebound to be had for the Bucks. So Mitch Deason has done a fantastic job so far through the first half a period and a little bit more in terms of rebound control. Bucks do have a 2-0 lead, however. Chris Lambiris out to take the draw for the Bucks. And he'll win that one right back for Mitchell. Mitchell a shot right on, and that one steered aside by Deason with his stick and into the mesh and out of play. So they'll do the face-off all over once again, right to the left of Mitch Deason. So Keith Mitchell now breaks that one down. Back up for Isaac LaBelle. Lost the handle on it, so he'll have to go and get it. LaBelle back for... There's a long shot right on. And now LaBelle with a chance in front, and Langford Gosmo had to be sharp to make that stop, and he was. And it's now going to be an offensive zone face-off for the Ravens. Just 3 shots so far through the first half of this one. Now Noel with it. Mark Noel now. Moves it up for Pasternak. One-touch pass to Hancox to Lambiers, and now Lambiers with it. Lost the handle. He'll just give it to Hancox, who gains the line, but couldn't control the ball. It's now Beau Gervais tries to work that one past James Pasternak and can't. As that ball will fly back, and Justin Monahan now with it. Ahead for LaBelle. Just flips that one in for Beau Gervais to go in after. Beau Gervais now tries to work his way around his man, but can't. Now here comes Hancox with it. Nick Hancox in his own zone, and he'll just dish it off as the Bucks look to get set up on the breakout. As now here comes Lambiers out there with Hancox and Drowdy. Tuchak picks up that loose ball. Gives it to Jeff Bassett. Bassett now with it. Trying to get a shot away and fired that one wide. As now here comes Terrell Drowdy the other way with it. Drowdy makes a move around. Pasternak makes another move. There's a shot. Big stop made there by Mitch Deason. Now Anderson back for Drowdy. Back for Anderson. A one-timer scores. The give and go. And it's a 3-0 Bucks lead with 4:13 left to go in the opening half. So, a great give and go between Josh Anderson, who was so good in that first game, and Terrell Drowdy. Those two have been on a mission so far throughout the Premier League, and it ends in a Josh Anderson one-timer goal on a give and go with Terrell Drowdy, and Anderson has the ball again. This time he tries to return the favor to Drowdy, but he can't catch up to it. There's a shot. That one goes wide. As now, here comes Austin Tuchak the other way. It's a 2-on-1, now a 2-on-2. Good hustle by Drowdy to get back. Scores! Austin Tuchak lets one fly, and it beats Riley Langford Gosmo. And the Ravens are now on the board. It's 3-1. So a big goal there for the Ravens as Tuchak just came flying down the line and decided to let one rip. And it goes in as he beats Riley Langford Gosmo. And that's a big goal for the Ravens to get back into this game. So now we'll see if that gave the Ravens any sort of momentum as Tuchak back on the attack again. Now here comes Rindeau the other way. Anderson now with it for Drowdy. Terrell Drowdy now with it. Back for Anderson. Anderson now being watched closely there by Bassett. Now Monahan will go back and pick up that ball, being watched closely there by Rindeau. He'll just go D-to-D to Marcus Funk. Now here comes Marcus Funk the other way. Gets that one ahead for Tuchak. Keith Mitchell is able to take the ball behind his own net. It's now Mitchell moves that one off the boards up to Connor Navrot. Marcus Funk now is able to control the ball behind the Ravens net for the Ravens. 3-1, less than 3 minutes to go in the opening half. As now icing is waved off. This Tuchak and Colby battle as Tuchak had an opportunity in front, and a good stop made there by Langford Gosmo. And some extracurriculars at the end of the play, and that's actually going to lead to a Ravens penalty. So Tuchak's going to go to the box. It's going to be a cross check, and the Bucks are going to have a power play, the first one of the night. So the face-off will be down in the Ravens' end. As they have an opportunity to regain their 3-goal lead, up 3-1. Drowdy, Anderson, Rindeau, Mitchell, and Pasternak out. Josh Anderson now with it. Or Mitchell. Mitchell wants to tee one up, and that one goes just wide. As Nick Hamilton will backhand that one out, and that one will go down the ice. Of course, a new wrinkle in the Premier League season. If the shorthanded team scores, then the shorthanded team is shorthanded no more. The guy that was in the box will be able to come out of the box, and then the opposing team will lose their power play as Braden Arden tries to chip that one ahead.
2 minutes for cross-checking.
And that one hits the scoreboard. Now Drowdy in, and he wins that face-off against LaBelle. Keith Mitchell now down for Anderson. Josh Anderson with it. Down for Drowdy. Scores! Terrell Drowdy makes a great move inside, and the Bucks do indeed restore their 3-goal lead. It's now 4-1 with 1:56 left to go in the opening half. So great work by Terrell Drowdy, just using that big frame, that big body of his to get position, and he got in tight on Mitch Deason, and he's able to go upstairs. So now Mark Noel with it. Noel up ahead for Navrat. Navrat for Emmett Bear. Bear back for Noel, but he couldn't control that ball, so that one goes back on the other side of the line. It's now Pasternak back for Noel. Noel ahead for Bear. Bear and Noel try to play catch, and now Riley Struthers comes with it the other way, as that one will trickle all the way down to Langford Gosmo, and he'll just put his glove over top of that ball and get a stoppage in play with 1:27 left to go in the opening half.
Bucks' third goal scored on the power play. Number 7, Terrell Drowdy.
So Drowdy with the power play goal. Anderson will get an assist. Keith Mitchell will also get an assist on that Terrell Drowdy power play goal. Here comes Josh Grimm, another big body for the Bucks now with it. Grimm looking for Pasternak and finds him. Pasternak with a long shot. Ball goes up. Good stop made there by Deason. Now Mark Noel pinches down. And no. With it. Across. Grimm now with it. Josh Grimm into the final minute of the opening half. As the Ravens are looking for something positive to end the half on. As that one goes all the way down, and Michael Anderson behind his net. He just gets stripped of the ball behind the net by Grimm. Good job by him. Grimm tries to work it back to the point. Chris Brown now sends it across to Peterson, who just fires it down. As now Emmett Bear. Deason comes out of the net to play that one. Now here comes Jeff Bissett. Can't move that ball forward. Lambiris just throws it back in. 20 seconds now left to go in the opening half. Michael Anderson with it for the Ravens. Anderson tries to get that one ahead for Tuchak. Gains the line. Tuchak tries a centering pass, but that one goes off the stick of Rooks. Is now Nick Hancock's with it. Leaves it for Troy Rooks. Troy Rooks back for Hancock's. Hancock's now with it. As that will be the dying seconds of the first half and end the first half. So through the first 20 minutes of this one, the Bucks lead the Ravens 4-1. Welcome back for the second half of the fourth and final game of the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League, the first weekend of many in this league, as the Bucks and the Ravens get set to do battle in the second half. The Bucks got out to a 4-1 lead in that first half as they've been all over the Ravens, out shooting them 15-7 in that time as well. Lee Colby now with the ball for the Bucks as they look to pour on to this lead here in the second half. Colby spins away from Velasquez. Now Josh Anderson with it. Lost that ball, and Tuchak fires that up the boards, but Colby cuts that one off, sends that one down low to the opposite corner. Now Terrell Drowdy with it. Drowdy tries a centering pass. Velasquez is able to get that one out for Jeff Bassett the other way, and here come the Ravens now. Bassett for Velasquez, tries to make a move on Drowdy, but can't. It's now Pasternak with it. Pasternak with a shot. That one's sticked aside from Langford Gasmo. As now Josh Anderson will break out with it the other way. Here comes Anderson now with it. He'll stop. Anderson back for Rindeau. Rindeau now with it. And that ball just gets thrown behind the net, and Evan Pasternak will slow things down for the Ravens. Through the first minute and a bit of this one is looking for Tuchak, and that one will be fired all the way down the length of the floor, and an icing will be called as the faceoff will be back in the Ravens end. The faceoff will be to the left of Mitch Dyson. 18:46 left to go in the second half. Connor Navrod out to take the draw for the Bucks. He's going to face off against Isaac LaBelle in the face-off circle. Josh Grimm out there for the Bucks as well. Skylar Knapp now will play that one up, and Pasternak is going to go down to get it. James Pasternak, that is. Of course, we have James and Evan Pasternak on separate teams, and that's back-to-back icing calls against the Ravens. So, face-off will be won by the Ravens in their own zone. Beau Gervais works that one up to LaBelle. LaBelle now, and that's going to be a penalty, and it's going to go against Chris Brown. Trips up Isaac LaBelle right at the blue line, and the Ravens are going to have an opportunity to cut this lead in half with their first power play of the second half. So Chris Brown tripped up LaBelle right at the blue line as LaBelle was trying to work his way around Brown. So Gervais is going to take the draw for the Ravens. Pasternak, Bassett, Damon Williams, and Monahan out for the Ravens. As that one gets poked away, and Connor Navrod now with a chance the other way, a shorthanded opportunity. Navrod a centering pass for Grimm. That one just missed. Now Grimm with it. Josh Grimm back for Jeff Bassett in his own end. And the Ravens are going to try to come back the other way. Monahan now with it. Over the red line. Icing waved off. Terrell Drowdy now back to retrieve that loose ball for the Bucks. Good job by Monahan to keep that one in. Down low for Williams with a shot. Stopped by Langford Gasmo. As Keith Mitchell fires that one off the glass and down. It's decent out to play that one. That's now Evan Pasternak with it. Up for Beau Gervais. Gervais will go and chase down that loose ball. Keith Mitchell cuts him off. And Anderson now for the Bucks will just flip that one forward to Terrell Drowdy. Here comes Drowdy. How's the step? Terrell Drowdy shorthanded. Scores! Terrell Drowdy shorthanded. And now we see that first rule, the rule change that Justin D'Entremont implemented, where if the shorthanded team scores, the power play is over. And that's exactly what we have there. So Terrell Drowdy will be the first player to put that rule into effect. And not only do the Ravens get scored on shorthanded, but they also lose their power play, in which they had 44 seconds left of. So a 5-1 Bucks lead now. (18-8) the shots on goal for the Bucks. Of course, keep in mind there's also that 6-goal threshold as well, where if there's a 6-goal differential at any point in the second half, the game is automatically over. Nick Hancock's now for Chris Lambiris. Lambiris gets tripped up right at the red line, and that's going to be a penalty on Skylar Knapp, and they're actually going to call that a body checking penalty as opposed to the trip, but Lambiris knocked down right at the red line, so the Bucks now have a chance to add to their lead on the power play. Those referee Tyler Dea telling Skylar Knapp that he pushed Lambiris, and that's the reason for the call. So now, James Pasternak with it for the Bucks. So now, Navrat, there's a shot. Good stop made there by Deason. But now there's a chance, and another stop by Deason on Josh Grimm. And a good stop made there from Mitch Deason. And a good chance on the power play for the Bucks for the first 16 seconds of that power play. So Navrat to take the draw for the Bucks, and the Ravens are going to send that ball all the way down. There's Arden hard in on the forecheck, and now he'll retreat. Keith Mitchell behind his net. It's now Keith Mitchell with it. We'll go back to the point for Pasternak. James Pasternak now with it. There's a shot stop by Deason. Rebound. Navrat taken down in front of the net, and that's going to be another penalty to the Ravens. Michael Anderson took down Navrat right in front of the net, right just outside of the crease. And he'll head to the box, and he's going to sit for 2 or less, and it's now going to be a 5-on-3 power play for the Bucks. So Navrat in to take the draw. Grimm, Pasternak, Mitchell, and Emmett Baer are out for the Bucks on this 5-on-3 man advantage. Mitchell now with it.
Michael Anderson, 2 minutes for Sydney.
Mitchell down low for Josh Grimm. Grimm with it. Back for Pasternak. Pasternak across for Grimm. Oh, what a stop! Mitch Deason with a huge save on Josh Grimm. Grimm now with it, with another shot, and that one got fired wide. Looked like Deason was ready to get across and make another stop on Josh Grimm, but what a save by Mitch Deason to keep this a 5-1 deficit. Pasternak up ahead for Drowdy. For Pasternak now with it. Pasternak with a shot stopped by Deason. Ball is loose, and Deason will just go back and get on that one. But what a stop from Mitch Deason on Josh Grimm, who was set up Alexander Ovechkin style on his off wing on the left wing. And a huge stop. So 15 seconds left in the Skylar Knapp penalty. A minute left in the Michael Anderson penalty. As Pasternak now with it. Up ahead for Lee Colby. Pasternak now. Knapp back out onto the floor for the Ravens. And Jarrett Penner will be the first to that ball, and he'll just fire it down. 35 seconds and counting left to go in the Michael Anderson penalty. Lee Colby now tries to push that one forward, but can't. There's Rindeau, chops down his man, and that's going to be a penalty against the Bucks. It's going to go down as a trip against Alex Rindeau, and that'll do it for the remaining power play time for the Bucks, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 situation for the next 25 seconds, and then after that, the Ravens are going to get a power play back. So now that one will get pushed forward. Icing's going to be waved off as Jared Penner was the first to get there. As now Gervais with it. Lost that one. Here comes Keith Mitchell. Mitchell now back for Anderson. Good job by Penner to break that one up. Drowning with a shot stopped by Deason. And Lee Colby, the only Buck player back. He'll get it. Anderson comes back out onto the floor for the Ravens, so now they'll have a power play. As now Tuchak and Lee Colby get tied up. It's Anderson now with it. Lost it, and Tuchak is going to come back the other way on the power play. Still over a minute of power play time for the Ravens, but he lost the ball. And now Keith Mitchell with it. Ahead for Grimm. Josh Grimm back for Connor Navrot. Navrot now shorthanded are the Bucks. Grimm has a chance in front. The Bucks already have one shorthanded goal tonight, looking to make it another. Connor Navrot tees one up, and that one goes wide. Now Jeff Bassett with it for the Ravens as they try to start out on the attack. Struthers couldn't catch up to that ball. It's now Bassett with it. Jeff Bassett directing traffic as they try to get set up. Bassett now with it for Pasternak. Evan Pasternak now. He'll creep down, tries to send that one down low but can't, and that one will go down. Icing, of course, not a factor on the power play. As now Jeff Bassett is going to bring it up. Bassett tries to get it ahead for Marcus Funk. Chris Lambiers, though, doing excellent work, and Rindeau is out of the penalty box. So now we're back to 5-on-5. Bassett now with it. Jeff Bassett over the red line. Gets it ahead for Marcus Funk, who has a break. Funk scores! Marcus Funk gets one back for the Ravens. And it's now a 5-2 deficit on a sweet pass from Jeff Bassett. Marcus Funk found himself behind two Bucks defenders. And he's able to snipe one past Riley Langford-Gasmo for just the second goal of the game for the Ravens. But now we'll see what kind of momentum that spurs for the Ravens. Jared Penner now. Back for Velasquez. Joey Velasquez now. Over the red line, just dumps it in. Now Colby with it. Back for Keith Mitchell for Colby. Lee Colby now for Nick Hancox. Hancox now. Back for Mitchell. Tries to move the ball up, looking for Troy Rooks, but that one got intercepted. Now here comes Hancox with it. Hancox for Lambiers trying to make a move. There's a loose ball in front on the original stop by Dyson. As now here comes Braden Arden. That one hit the back of his foot. Here comes Keith Mitchell now. As now Nick Hamilton will pick up that loose ball. Hamilton off the boards for Braden Arden. Arden with it. Pushes that one behind us. Joey Velasquez now with it. Velasquez. Centering pass for Arden. And he fanned on that one-timer. And the Bucks are able to take the ball and get back out the other way. It's Hancox. Throws that one to the far boards. Josh Anderson in after it now. Anderson working on Michael Anderson.
Scored by number 77, Marcus Funk. Assisted by number 94,
now the ball comes out to Lee Colby for Rindeau with a shot, and a good block there by Michael Anderson. As now Josh Anderson gets it back, wants a centering pass. As now Joey Velasquez breaks away with it the other way for the Ravens. Just chips it past James Pasternak and gets it in deep. Jared Penner now with it. Skylar Knapp now. It's now Rindeau Drowdy is able to catch up to that one. Terrell Drowdy makes a move, scores! What a goal from Terrell Drowdy. Makes this a 6-2 Bucks lead. As he just got after that loose ball and picked it up, and again using his big frame to get himself in a one-on-one matchup with the goaltender, and he does just that. Makes a great move to his backhand to put it past Mitch Deason for his second of the night, and it's a 6-2 Bucks lead. So now Marcus Funk back with it. Sends that one up for Skylar Knapp. And now here comes Navrot. Navrot in front for Bear. Good chance in front, but he got stopped point blank by Deason as the Bucks have shown no signs of slowing down. Navrot now tries to make a move to the net. Good job by Funk to thwart that attempt. As now here comes Josh Grimm with it. Grimm, nice far pass. There's a chance in front. Emmett Bear had a chance for a deflection, but couldn't get his stick on the ball. As now here come the Ravens the other way. Gervais. Beau Gervais makes a nice move around Chris Brown. Gervais, a centering pass. Pasternak is able to keep that ball in. There's a shot. There's now a shot at the side of the net. Langford Gasmo makes that save. As here comes Josh Grimm out the other way for the Bucks now. Grimm across for Emmett Bear. Emmett Bear now with it. And Isaac LaBelle will just pick up that loose ball and send it down. That one got broken up by James Pasternak, and he'll throw that one right on net. Why not? Marcus Funk now with it. Head for Evan Pasternak. Now here comes Evan Pasternak, trying to work his way through the Bucks. Back for Jeff Bassett now. Bassett down low for Tuchak. Tuchak with a shot. And that one's fired high and wide. And that one will go out of play. So what a day it's been for the inaugural Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League. And of course, we wouldn't even be able to do any of this without the help of Napper. Napper is the #1 and top of the line ball hockey equipment. The gloves that all the players are wearing are Napper gloves. Some players have Napper shoes as well. So big thanks to them. As Anderson goes all the way back, and he'll just go D to Jared Penner now. 6-2, Bucks lead. Just over 8 minutes and counting to go. As here comes Anderson. Ahead for Jared Penner. Penner now comes the other way. Penner now with a shot stopped by Langford Gasmo. The rebound. And we're going to have a penalty coming up, and it's going to be going against the Bucks. And it's going to be a tripping call. And it's going to go against number 17, Keith Mitchell. So Tuchak, Pasternak, Damon Williams, Jeff Bassett, and Justin Monaghan are out for the they'll redo that face-off to the left of Langford Gasmo. So now Monaghan with it for Bassett. Jeff Bassett now. One-timer Pasternak. Good stop made there from Langford Gasmo. And they'll just send that one the length of the floor. Bassett will go down to pick it up. And he'll start back out the other way. Bassett over the red line. Gets it to Monaghan now. Monaghan with it. And that one's going to get sent back down the Ravens' direction. Minute 20 left to go in the power play for the Ravens. Nothing doing so far. Now Pasternak sends that one off the boards, and they're going to say that Damon Williams didn't gain the line, so offside will be called. So Tuchak will meet Navrat, and Navrat just sends that ball down after he wins the draw. Jeff Bassett now will pick it up for the Ravens. Less than a minute to go in the penalty to the Bucks. Bassett at the top of the line. Back for Pasternak now with it. Pasternak back for Bassett, a one-timer, and he fanned on that one. And Monahan will go back and get the ball. Back for Bassett now with it. Bassett for Pasternak. Pasternak with a shot. That one's fired wide. Monahan now will go and get it. Back for Bassett. Bassett now with it for Pasternak. Pasternak, a centering pass, and Langford Gosma was just able to find that one, and he'll hang on with 6:13 left to go in the second half. So the Bucks will make a slight change. Face-off won by the Ravens. Monahan for Pasternak. Pasternak. Back for Bassett. Back for Pasternak. For Monahan. Down low now. There's a shot right on from Tuchak at the side of the net. Tries to make his way through, and they score. Evan Pasternak is going to pick up the loose ball in front after Tuchak made his way towards the net. And the ball came out front to Pasternak, and it'll go down as a power play goal. So the Ravens will get one back. They'll cut this lead in half. It's now 6-3. Chris Brown now out of the box and right back onto the ice with Mason Peterson. Ahead for Rindeau. Here comes Rindeau now with it. As that one goes off the stick of Michael Anderson and goes right to the glove of Mitch Deason, and he'll hang on. So Anderson take the draw for the Bucks, and he's going to get waved out, so they'll redo the face-off with a new centerman, and that's going to be Terrell Drowdy. It's Marcus Funk with it now. So he'll move that ball up for Riley Struthers. Struthers now over the red line. Struthers now with it. Tries to make a play. Can't. That's now. That ball will go up and into the netting.
6, Evan Pasternak. Assist to number 13, Austin Tuchak.
And the face-off will be inside. Damon Williams gets an assist on that last goal from Pasternak as well. It's now Nick Hamilton with it. Hamilton now. Back for Anderson with a shot. That one got blocked. Now Terrell Drowdy with it the other way. For Anderson. Ahead for Rindeau. Rindeau now with it. Anderson. Now we got a penalty coming up to the Ravens. And no, we don't. Terrell Drowdy fires one home again from the slot as he was all alone. And it's a 7-3 Bucks lead. So Terrell Drowdy sends one home. His third of the night. And they'll get set to do the face-off once again at center ice. 29-15 the shots on goal for the Bucks in this one as well. That's now Pasternak. Back for Jared Penner. Penner now. Up ahead for LaBelle. Beaugervais is able to poke that one through as the Ravens look to answer. 4:40 left to go. Rindeau now with it. Here comes Nick Hancox. Hancox gains the line, and he'll pull it back. And they'll just fire that one down low. Now Troy Rooks in after it. Back for Chris Lambiers, and that one's going to get sent all the way down. As the Bucks will set up shop behind their own net as they look for a breakout here. It's now Emmett Bear with it. Tries to get it back to Rooks, but can't. And that one's going to go down for icing with 3:51 left to go. The faceoff's going to be all the way down in the Ravens' end. So Navrod now to take the draw. As Jared Penner will throw that one around. Noel now with it. As now Skylar Knapp will come in to pick up that loose ball. Now Jared Penner with it. Lead feed for Tuchak. Austin Tuchak with it. Pasternak back for Noel. As they'll try to lead feed his man, and Skylar Knapp was able to pick that one off. There's a shot by Tuchak, and he scores. Austin Tuchak again on the pass from Skylar Knapp off the turnover to make this a 7-4 game with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. So Tuchak let one rip right from the slot, and with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left, we'll see just how aggressive and how much momentum the Ravens have as they look to mount a comeback. They almost mounted a comeback in game number 1 against the Ravens, but only ever got within a goal.
Ravens scored by number 13.
It's now Josh Grimm comes away with it. Grimm, a shot. Good stop made there by Mitch Deason. He'll hang on. So the face-off will come to the right of Deason, who has played both games in between the pipes for the Ravens so far. Anderson cuts that pass off behind the net. That's now Jeff Bassett with it the other way. Tries to make a move on Keith Mitchell. Someone gets sent in. That's now Lee Colby with it. Colby now back up for Drowdy. Here comes Rindeau now with it. Rindeau back for Drowdy. Drowdy with it. Anderson was set up for the one-timer. Drowdy didn't see him, however. Rindeau goes in and gets the ball. Now Terrell Drowdy with it. As Rindeau has a chance. He got the Bucks started with the scoring tonight. As now Nick Hamilton comes away with it for the Ravens, but can't get it out. Rindeau tries to make a move. And Mitch Deason was able to get a stick in the way of that one. And 1:47 left now. 7-4, Bucks still lead by 3 as we're under 2 minutes to go. And what a day this has been out in Warman. Lambiers out to take the draw against Arden. And Pasternak wins that one. Evan Pasternak now behind his net. And that one's going to go down for icing as he was looking for Braden Arden and couldn't find him. So that one will go back down. So they'll do the face-off once again to Mitch Deason. Marcus Peterson now tries to throw one on net. Hancox will go and get it. He'll just throw that one behind the net for Troy Rooks. Troy Rooks now tries a centering pass. That one goes off of a leg. And the Ravens are able to come away with it. Hamilton couldn't control that ball. Funk, one of the goal scorers for the Ravens tonight, tries to feed Hamilton, and that one's too hot for Nick Hamilton to handle. And that ball will head all the way back down for icing once again with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in the fourth and final game of the inaugural Premier Ball Hockey League. Of course, wouldn't be possible with the help of MR Promo. MR Promo, specializing in custom apparel and corporate promotional products. Our business is promoting yours. Keith Mitchell with a shot. That one redirected wide. It's now Damon Williams. We'll take it up the other way. Let's get it back to Hancox. It's now Funk plays that one off the boards. Funk gets the return feed. That one got intercepted. Funk, though, gets it back. As now, here comes Keith Mitchell the other way with it. Keith Mitchell now tied up by Funk. Yes, they still battle. And Mitchell still has control of the ball. Tries to send it back to the point, but can't. Hamilton gets that one out, and they're going to call that one a high stick. So the face-off will come back.
Please join us at the beer gardens after the game. We've got pizza waiting there for everyone. $4 a slice.
Into the zone. So 19 seconds left. Gervais out to take the draw. As it looks like Pasternak with a long shot. It looks like the Bucks are going to start the tournament 2-0, as are the Snowbirds as well. Of course, that's the other two teams in this league. Struthers now with one last chance in front. And Langford Gasmo will hang on to that one with 3.7 seconds left to go. And this one is all but wrapped up. So the Bucks will win one last face-off, and the clock will tick down, and that'll do it. So a 7-4 Bucks victory, and this will mark the end of the first set of games for the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League. Once again, the final tonight, the Bucks 7, the Ravens 4. Matt Morrison saying good night.